Here we want to find the center, vertices, and foci of the ellipse that's given here, and also to graph it. So as we look at it, the first thing we're going to find is the center. We look at what's in here with the x, and we need the opposite sign, so that's going to be an x value, the center of -2, and then looking at what's in with the y, opposite sign, -1. So I'm going to put that center on. I'm going to go -2 for the x, -1 for the y, and I'm going to put an x there because that is the center of the ellipse, not a point on the ellipse. Now I'm going to look at the number underneath the x squared stuff, and that's going to be my a squared, and that is 10. So a is the square root of 10. So what that means is from the center, I need to move in the x direction, both positively and negatively, by square root of 10. And square root of 10 is about 3.2. So we're going to move over 1, 2, 3.2, put a point. From the center, we're going to go the other way, 1, 2, 3.2, and put another point. Then we look at what's underneath the y stuff, and that is our b squared, and that's 3. So b is the square root of 3, and that's about 1.7. So from the center, we're going to go 1.7 positive y direction, and then 1.7 in the negative y direction from the center. So now we can see and graph our ellipse because we have the points of the major axis and the minor axis. And in this case, the major axis is horizontal because that's the longer one. And now we can find the vertices at the ends of the major axis. So there's one vertex, the other vertex over here. Now, how did we get to the vertex? We started at the x value of -2, and we added square root of 10 in each direction. So this one will be -2 plus square root of 10. We didn't change the y value, so the y value of the vertex is -1. Now, to get the other one, we started at -2, and we took away or went to the left to the negative square root of 10, and then we didn't change the y value. So my vertices are going to be -2 plus square root of 10 and -1, and -2 minus the square root of 10 and -1. You see from the picture, we moved in the x direction, didn't change y, so we add and subtract the square root of 10 to the x value. Now let's see if we can figure out where the foci are. And we know that c squared equals the larger of these two denominators, so 10 minus the other one, 3. So c is going to be the square root of 10 minus 3, or the square root of 7. To put a focus on the picture, we go from the center along the major axis, both positively and negatively, by c. Well, square root of 7 is about 2.6, so from the center I'm going to move over 2.6, and there's one focus. And so what did I do? I started at -2, and I added the square root of 7, and I didn't change the y value. So my first focus is -2 plus square root of 7 and -1. Then to get the other focus, I start at the center of -2, and I go to the left by square root of 7, which is about 2.6. And I put that one on. So I start at the center value of -2, and I take away square root of 7, and then I'm still at the same y value. So there's my other focus.